welcome back to another episode of What to Eat. On today's episode, we're going to make some freshly baked chocolate chip cookies. Real easy, real simple, it's delicious, doesn't take that much work. Most people like chocolate chip cookies. That's like the go-to cookie for most people. Today we're going to make a quick, simple video. Times is hard, everybody can't afford a $6, $7 pack of Chips Ahoy anymore, or Entenmann's. Don't even get me started with the Entenmann's prices. So let's take a few of these simple ingredients at home and learn how to bake these cookies so you never run out of this delicious treat. We're going to use a cup of butter, unsalted butter, any type of butter you want. If you got steaks, 2 steaks is a whole cup. We're going to use a cup of sugar, just regular plain white sugar. A nicely packed brown sugar, 1 cup of brown sugar. Like I said, any brand you prefer, but it's your preference. Going to use 2 large eggs. 2 large eggs. 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. We're going to use 3 cups of all-purpose flour. A half a teaspoon of baking powder. And 1 teaspoon of salt. And 2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips. Doesn't matter what brand it is, you just need 2 cups, so that's all you need. Now we're gonna do this real quick. This is gonna be a 3-process stage. First we're gonna combine our wet ingredients, mix them well. Then in another bowl we're gonna put our dry ingredients and we're gonna mix the dry ingredients together. Then we're gonna slowly incorporate the wet and the dry ingredients. And at the end, then we're gonna add in the chocolate chip cookies. It's gonna be real simple. I'm doing too much talking already, so let's get to it. But before we begin, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment and let us know what you feel. And if you have any recipes that you would like us to do, if you have any meals you'd like us to prepare, please tell us and we'll work on that. But for now, and don't forget, if you want to support the channel, we do have merch down below. All types of aprons and everything, what to eat. So now let us begin. Now we back. So you want your butter to be nice and soft so it can blend well. We're going to blend this up. What we're going to call this is, we're going to call it creaming together. When we take the sugar, the butter, and all the stuff and put it together, it's going to call creaming. So we're going to drop our butter in there, our 1 cup of sugar, our 1 cup of brown sugar, and our eggs. We're gonna put 1 egg in, mix it a little bit, and then we're gonna add the second egg. I got a hand mixer to make this a little easier. I'm gonna put it on low. And low is powerful for this blender, see? So, and I got it mixed together a little bit. Let me add the second egg to moisten it up a little bit. Now you want it to get nice and mixed well to become like a cream. And it's fluffing up real nice. I'm gonna add in some of this vanilla extract now. one, there's two. Yeah, I'm slowly putting it around to incorporate it nice and well. You want this until it's kind of real smooth. You want the batter to be real smooth. See how smooth that is? Real smooth. Now we're going to put this to the side. And we're going to bring this bowl over here. With this bowl, we're going to put our dry ingredients. Let's get our flour. This is regular all-purpose flour, and we're going to use 3 cups of it. Flour is funny. You don't want it to be too dense, so you want to use something to scoop it in there instead of just packing it in there. You want this to be nice and light, so you're cooking through nice and fluffy. 1 cup. Nice and light, pack and hit it down so I can make sure it's even. That's 1 cup. Again, take your time. If your first time, take your time. Just make sure it's right. The measurements is correct. And you can always adjust your measurements if you don't like the way it come out. You can always add or take away anything you want. So be mindful of that too. Don't worry about it. Three cups of flour. Flour. One tablespoon of 1 teaspoon of baking soda. I'm using a half, so I'm using 2. So this is going to equal 1 tablespoon. Almost forgot, we need some baking soda. 1 teaspoon of baking soda as well. So you're using baking powder and baking soda. Almost forgot about the baking soda. Same, 1 teaspoon. Okay. And then 1 teaspoon of salt. Remind you, I'm using a half teaspoon, so that's why you see me doing it twice on this one. That's it for our dry ingredients. Now we're just going to mix up our dry ingredients. Nice mix. Now that we got this mixed up, now we're going to move this out the way. Bring this back over. So how we're going to do is we're going to incorporate the dry with the wet. And I'm going to slowly add it. I'm going to add in about half. Incorporate this now. Add some more of this in here. make sure you have your big enough bowl. Make sure you have a big enough bowl so it don't make a mess. Now you gotta turn your thing up. It's getting too thick for the low speed, so you're gonna turn it up a little bit. Now we're gonna add the rest in there because we almost finished. Let's get this in. Got my mixer working, boy. That's it. I'm gonna add the chips. Let's add the chips. And with the chips, you're just gonna fold them in. You're not gonna blend them in anything. You're just gonna fold them in the mix. We're gonna add 2 cups. It's 1 cup. And again, the cookies is up to you. You can adjust it any way you want. It's up to you. Now we're gonna add a 2nd cup. Now we're just gonna fold it in. And so all the dough get some of these chips. See, it's a lot on the bottom. We're gonna get those off the bottom. Cut them in there, nice. Nice and evenly. You'll see that when you see they're not all on the bottom anymore. Basically called folding it over. That looks good. That looks like it's done. Nice and even. We have here our baking sheet, our parchment paper. This is a paper that's designed for cookies and stuff. You can put this in the oven safely, it won't burn. You're gonna scoop a little bit out. You can do this either way. You have a scooper. What I like to do, sometimes you can do this or you don't have to do it. You can just take this, just roll it into a ball. See how I did this? Roll that right into a ball. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this sit in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes before we put it in the oven. Let it sit for about 30 minutes. Then we're gonna preheat our oven to 350 degrees. Bake it for about 10 to 12 minutes. That's it. Again, roll them, make them nice and evenly. Like I said, you can roll them into the ball, it's gonna melt. Just keep them spread at least 1 to 2 inches apart, at least almost 2 inches, like 1.5, 2 inches apart, so they don't touch when they go down, because they're gonna flatten out. And here's a look at how they were gonna look before they go in the oven. And after that, you'll see the final product when we end the video. And thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and please leave a comment and tell us if you tried this. Let us know how it came out. Let us know your recipe, if you liked it, or if you got any type of adjustments. And that's it for now. And I'll see you next week. Thank you. Peace.